guess this is the first time I've ever done a video, anything really. Good afternoon, Dr. Schlegel. I guess music really started changing me when I went to high school because I was never really into music at first, and I really wasn't. I didn't even think of being a music major at that time. And when I first got to high school, it was different. I don't know, it was just a different kind of atmosphere musically and just in general, really. So I guess my musical journey started around my sophomore year. I would say sophomore year when I started getting really serious into music and I started to find that I actually liked it. But I remember that the first piece we ever played that I actually liked in symphonic band, my bad, was actually Dusk by Eric Whitaker, and we played it. And I played trumpet at the time, and I just fell in love with it because just the opening part, just trumpets, and I loved it, and just the melodies and just the counter melody. I loved every part of it. I still listen to that piece now, actually, and I loved it. Just that I actually went and looked up something about the piece and just the way he described dusk to me, like it made it. Yeah, I loved it. I loved the way he described it, and I went listened to the same piece again, and I found that I had a new understanding for the piece. It wasn't just about dusk; it was about the things that we don't see, the things that we don't express, just it coming to an end, that type of thing. And yeah, that was really the first time I realized, like, wow, I could do this for a living and get paid. I mean, getting paid's not the best part about it. It's just doing it is what's really important to me. But I really did enjoy it. And then I would say a second piece that we played, it was another piece. We played a saxophone concerto by David Maslenka my junior year in high school, and I had don't crucify me, but I never even played a concerto. I've never heard of a concerto. Never really did anything with it. So when Mr. Walker was like, "Hey, we're gonna do a saxophone concerto," and we were just like, "Oh, okay, cool, we'll play." But then when he told us David Maslenka was actually coming to listen to us play it, I was like, "Oh my God, I get to meet David Maslenka!" Like, he's written Mother Earth and Requiem and all these other great pieces, and I would just love to meet him. And when he came, like, I was just in shock and awe. It's like, this is the guy. Like, this is the guy that I get to talk to, and he gets to teach us. And when can you really say that you've had the guy that wrote the piece come and help you with it? Like, that's like the ultimate like source of knowledge for that piece. The guy that actually wrote it, and just the way he approached music and the way his realness with the world, it just touched me. It's like, wow, this guy's really, he knows his stuff and he's really into music. And I guess it just showed me that music isn't just about playing it, it's about understanding it and feeling it and just being immersed in it so much that you forget that you're actually in a room. Like, you feel like you're there with the composer writing it because you truly understand it and you're truly in it. And David Maslenka really did open my eyes. It's like, wow, there's more to music than what's on the page. Like, he even said that some things I didn't write, some things that he said that some things in the music I didn't write because I feel as musicians you should understand it already. And I thought that was the coolest thing. It's like that he gave us such a spectrum of what we could do with the music. Like, you can play it this way, play it that way. He said there's a lot of variations to music and none of them are bad. Like, truly, some people like some parts, some don't like it at all, and it's still music. Like, you may not like it, but it's still music, and it's still music in itself. It's still an expression of how someone feels. It's an expression of just music in general, I would say. But then yeah, that was a really cool experience just to meet David Maslenka. He's a really weird guy, but he's really insightful and he really means what he says. Like, there's no doubt in that he means everything that he says. There's no doubt in, like, oh, he's just saying this because we're high school. No, he's saying it because that's how he truly feels. And I think that was the coolest thing that I've ever experienced in my life so far. And as for The third piece, I would have to say that my senior year in high school, we played Shostakovich Number Five Finale, and I just started playing horn at the time, and there's a horn solo, and I was like, oh shit, oh my bad, sorry about the language. Oh crap, there's a horn solo. Like, what am I gonna do? So then Mr. Walker was like, hey guys, we're gonna have this really cool guy come in. His name is Larry Livingston, and I was like, who's Larry Livingston? And then we all did research on him, and he found that he's a director of conducting at South California, the University of South California. And we are like, wow, okay, this guy must be really good. So he came in, and I never forget it. He had on Converse and a scorpion jacket. And I know this may not, I don't know if you can picture it or not, but picture a gold jacket, a gold scorpion jacket with black Converse. And like, it just blows your mind. Like, someone that's like a professor is wearing these type of clothes because you just don't expect it. Like, oh. So, and then when he came in, he went straight into the music. There was really no time for talking. There was no time for introductions or anything. He just took his baton out and started going, and I was like, oh god, like what? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I just got really excited, and it was, and once again he showed me that even beneath the layer of music that's the page, there's still more to it. Like there's more for you to understand than what's black and white on the page. And I think that's for all music, that you shouldn't just look at it for but black and white as it is on the page. You should look at it as there's another point of view that someone wrote it, and there's a reason why they wrote it. And some reasons are for different reasons, some are for money, some are for different reasons, but there's still reasons, and it's still music. I mean, music is just, it's incredible. Like, I love it. I don't really know how to explain it. Just, oh, I guess I have, but it's not the point. Just, I think that the coolest thing about playing music is that there's so much that you haven't done. It's like you have something to look forward to. It's like, oh, I've never played Brahms 1, I've never played Mozart Concerto Allegro, I've never played it. Like, it's like a whole new adventure. Like, you get to experience that with different people. You'll never get the same group. I was always told that you'll never get the same group of people together like you are right now sitting in this room. And it's true. Like, you'll never have the same personalities, you'll never have the same tones, and it never will be the exact same as when you sat down there that year, that day, that hour. And I think that's so cool that no matter what, like, you need to cherish what's there, what's now, what you're playing, who you're playing it with, because you'll never have that again. And I think that we pass it up so much that we're like, oh, it's a new piece. Okay, I'm happy, new piece, whatever. That it's like I never get to experience it again. I need to make it this most powerful, most interesting thing that for me as I could. So back to Larry. I'm sorry I went rambling on. I'm a little nuts in the head if you haven't figured that out already. Um, just Larry, man, and he improv for us every night before he left. He was there for 3 days, so we had three improvs, and he improved. And every time before he played, he'd say, "This is from my heart," and he improved, and it was crazy. It was like he knew exactly what heartstrings needed to be pulled, when they needed to be pulled, and it just touched you because it truly came from his heart. And I think that's the power of music. It can really come from the heart, and it can always come from the heart, no matter what. It's crazy that it's like that, and it's crazy that our bodies react to it. But I was in complete and utter shock. I didn't know. I was like, oh whoa, like, come on, like, I don't know. It's crazy. Like, it made me almost cry because it was just like, this is God's true emotions coming out in another form that we all can understand. And everyone's just sitting there like contemplating, and he gave us a moment of silence, like, now think about the music we just played. And I would think back, and I'm just like, that was pretty cool. I didn't like that part. And he's like, if there's anything that you liked about that piece, you cherish it. And I think to this day, even though it wasn't that far back, I still cherish it, those moments, that little moment. Like, it still makes sense to me that it's like, wow, I did that with this group of people at that time. And it's Larry Livingston, just he did it for me. Like, he opened my eyes so much to what was really in front of me. when I never once stopped to smell the flowers. Never once. I was always passing by the flowers. I'd notice the flowers, but I never stopped to truly like get to know the flowers. And I think that that can be applied to music because you need to really like get into a piece of music. You have to understand it. You have to just be all in it. And once you're all in it, I think that's when you're truly immersed in music. When you listen to different styles of music, you have different opinions, and it's crazy how one can just put themselves in the middle of music and just let it flow and just be a part of them, and then it changes their entire attitude. It changes everything about them, and I think that's cool. Like, and then the lectures that we have today in class, just about how music isn't just a physical, philosophy standpoint. It has a mathematical standpoint, a history standpoint, a English standpoint, and a math. Like, it just all the different subjects that are just poured into music. Like, it's crazy how it's just all condensed into one, and our bodies react to it the way that it does. And people still don't understand why, but it does, and we love it. And I mean, some people don't, but the ones that love it, like, we experience it. We just, and I think that's another cool part too, is that not understanding someone that doesn't like music. Like, I would like to talk to someone that doesn't like music just to understand, like, just a new understanding of a different person. I think is always a good thing, whether their opinions match yours or not. Just a different type of person, just a different opinion. And then I'd have to say Dr. Adams. She kind of convinced me to go here because I came here. Me and Lafayette High, some Lafayette High people, we came here for All South concert, and there was a horn master class, and I was like, oh, I get to meet the horn professor, and I got to meet Dr. Adams for the first time, and it was crazy. Like, we did things like like she showed me how to practice, like, just the Caruso method, just these different ways of different horn things that I've never experienced. I've only been playing for like a year and a couple months, and like it just amazed me how much I didn't know. And I think another thing, I think that's one of the things that attracts me is because like I don't know, like I don't know this yet, or I can't do this on the horn yet. And I think that horn for me is another adventure. Like, it's because I played trumpet before, and I don't know. I felt like I was at the end of my journey with trumpet, and I just wanted to try something different. So I tried horn. I loved it. Kind of why I'm here. Horn, love it. Best instrument ever. I I just loved it. I fell in love at first buzz, I guess you'd call it. But I just horn, man. And then I got to hear Francisco play. I got to hear Eric play. I got to hear Sarah play, and I was just like, wow, these are amazing musicians in a different place. And it's crazy how good someone can get just by coming to a different place and experiencing new different things. And I think that's what really brought me here. And I think Dr. Adams gave me the opportunity to come out here and like really just experience a whole new part of life with different people with different experiences. And I think I'll be a lot better because of just being in a different place around different people, learning different techniques, just being around really good people and really good players. And I and then my horn teacher's name, he was Jim Price. He was a graduate student at UL Lafayette, and I met him for the first time because I was really scared. I had no clue how to play horn. I was just out of my mind. I was like, what am I doing? And Mr. Walker put me in one ensemble. I didn't know how to play the instrument, and I was just like, what are you doing? Why? So me freaking out, I'm like, I have to learn how to play this before the summer's over. So I called Jim up. He's like, yeah, we can have a lesson. So I call him up. We had lessons, and me and Jim just kind of hit it off. Like the first lesson, I was like, this is the guy that I can really learn with and really understand what he's saying and how he can help me. So we worked and we worked. We worked out notes. We worked out everything, and he brought up Allstate, and I was like, what? How? Allstate? That's not a thing for me. I don't know how to play it. He's like, yeah, you should really try it. I was like, okay, it's Jim. He knows what he's talking about. I'll try it. And we worked on it and worked on it, and I don't, by the grace of God, I somehow made it in, and I was like, oh my God, I can. Jim, thank you, Jim, thank you so much. And Jim showed me how to practice. Jim showed me how some things work on the horn. He showed me how to work out passages within a section, he showed me how to hold the horn. He's really the first person that really sat down and told me, here's how you do this. And I really can't thank him enough for everything that he's done for me and everything that he's done for Lafayette High, because he turned a lot of people into some really good horn players, and I really can't thank him enough for everything that he's given me, every tool, every idea, every lesson plan. Like, we just went over it all together, making me practice scales all the time. I really can't thank him enough. I really can't. And it's crazy that the people that you meet that can change your life forever. And I think I found a couple of those that just make you go like, wow, this is what life is. This is what music is. This is what you can do if you really put yourself in the music. And that's really why I'm here. It's just to learn more and understand and be a part of a new understanding of how music should be taught, how music should be played, how horn should be approached, just different aspects of just playing horn in general. And I get lost, to be honest, in general with playing music. Like, I just forget where I am, or I don't know. It's weird, but I get a feeling that this is the place that I belong, and this is where I need to be to really get to that next level of just being a really good person and a really good teacher. And I hope one day that I get there so I can express and just show people that there's more to music than what's in front of your face, and to enjoy the little things. Because people really do tend to just forget about the little things, but those little tidbits are the things that make life like crazy awesome. So, wow, this video is almost 17 minutes long. Sorry, Dr. Schlegel. Have a good night.